Hi, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and this should be a familiar image by now if you happen to check out my blog on a regular basis. This, of course, is the famous spring 1965 Bob Dylan and Joan Baez joint tour poster that was used for a brief period of time, say from about late February to late March of 1965. Now, this is a handbill, not a poster, but what I've shown you previously on this blog is a poster blank, right, the 14 by 22 with nothing at the top. A poster with information filled in at the top, printed in, of course, for New Haven, Connecticut, and a handbill with nothing at the top. But I haven't shown you yet the handbill, this thing, this smallish paper thing, with the information printed at the top. So that's what we're celebrating today. And that, I think I'll have all four bases covered by this point. And this is from Philadelphia at the Convention Center on March 5. And of course it says, it gives the time, 8:30 p.m., but does not need to give the year, because when these were handed out in February and so forth of 65, everybody knew the show was just weeks away. So there you have it. There's from Friday, March 5. Doesn't even say Philadelphia. It doesn't have to. They were given away locally. Such is the nature of these handouts, these flyers and these handbills, and of course the posters as well. So it's really fun to be able to show you one of these and sort of complete, you know, the circle of four. Interestingly, I'm sure you saw that when I was in closer before, there's actually 5 tiers of ticket prices. That's sort of unusual to get up to 5, ranging from a high of $4.50 all the way down to just $1.75. Now, just for comparison's sake, I will show you, of course, which you probably have seen, as I said, if you've seen the previous blogs, here is, I should say, a handbill blank that was printed up ahead of time before any venue information, date, ticket information, and so forth was printed in the top. So you go from the blank and you go to the filled in one. And this one, of course, has seen its share of daylight and sunshine and just perhaps fluorescent lights, and is a little bit toned, as we call it, when something gets not sunburned, when it gets browned. We call it toned in the poster hobby, so that's pretty cool. Now, in addition to this, a fun little goodie, a fun little add-on is for this exact date, I have a couple of the unused concert tickets for Philadelphia from the 5th. That's really fun. I'll zoom in closely so that they don't get out of focus. I find my camera works best when I slowly zoom in, and if I come in fast, they get out of focus. Joan Baez and Bob Dylan. Look who has top billing on the tickets. Interesting. And Dylan, of course, his career was just about to explode in 1965 with Like a Rolling Stone and everything, but I don't know if they paid much attention to top billing and so forth. Did that get out of focus? It's about as good as I can get there. But anyway, a couple of them, they're stapled together. That's why I'm showing you just the top one, just the blue one. But 2 completely unused tickets from March 5 in Philadelphia. So that's pretty neat. So I'll come back to the main graphic as I tell you that in doing research about this short tour with Baez and Dylan for just a month, Bob himself, I don't know about Joan, but Bob was guaranteed $3,500 per concert, plus a certain percentage of the net over a certain amount of money. It was actually Dylan would get 50% of the net over a certain amount of money. So say 15 to 20,000, and then once that was brought in, then Dylan would share in the proceeds. So that's pretty neat. Interestingly too, you know, when it comes to these Dylan-Baez handbills and posters, which heavens, how could I get 2 or 3 minutes into the video without mentioning that Eric Von Schmidt is the artist responsible for that really nice, you know, popular Toulouse-Lautrec type graphic there that he drew from a photo, I believe, by Dick Waterman. But anyway, there's confirmed dates which used this flyer and this poster is New Haven, well this one of course, Philly on March 5, New Haven on March 6th, Pittsburgh on March 17, and Raleigh, North Carolina on March 19th. But less certain, don't know if they used these for blanks, were dates on this mini tour from Bridgewater, Massachusetts, a few in New Jersey, Princeton, Trenton, and Newark, as well as the University of New Jersey, and even Buffalo, New York. But I'd love to see evidence of a handbill or a poster printed from one of those dates. Likewise, Dylan and Baez played the West Coast, Portland and Seattle, in late April, but I'm quite certain by that time, since we've seen other posters using a photograph of Baez and Dylan, that this thing had the kibosh put on it by then. Again, rumor, speculation, and so forth has it that Dylan himself wasn't too happy with this poster for whatever reason, should say with this graphic, but I don't know if that's been totally confirmed in one of his 6 or 7 official biographies that are out on the market, or I should just say bios. Not all of them are official, but anyway, it's certainly just before Dylan, as I said, skyrocketed to fame. 1965, what a great year that was for him, my goodness. In fact, he didn't do any recording the first 5 months of 65, but he did write Love Is Just a 4-Letter Word. Makes perfect sense. He was hanging with Joan so much during this time, and he just gave her the song. And then, of course, in March of 65, the very month of this handbill, Columbia Records was busy releasing both the single, Subterranean Homesick Blues, very un-folk music-like, of course, his first rockin' single, if you don't count Mixed Up Confusion, and Bringing It All Back Home. His first electric album came out in March of 65, so that's, talk about killer timing in someone's career, my goodness. Dylan, great time in his career, and Joan at his side, or Dylan at Joan's side, however you want to look at it. Really fun stuff, and a great, great piece of concert poster and handbill artwork by the late folk singer Eric Von Schmidt. So, hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of history, along with the cool memorabilia piece and the unused tickets and everything. About covers Dylan and Baez for the, I think I said spring of 65, kind of pre-spring of 65. But great timing in their career. Great concert memorabilia to collect, and I love to do it and show it to you when I get it. So, hope you enjoyed it, and come on by next time. I'll show you something else. Thanks for your time today. Okay, bye-bye.